So what is a Laplace transform? So why we are going to study Laplace transform? So here, suppose if you want to find the solution of a differential equation, you can easily find the solution of a differential equation with the help of Laplace transform. In normal ways, we know how to differentiate. Suppose if you have a ordinary differential equation, you have to find out a complementary function and a particular integral as well. So after that, after finding that a solution, you have to find a particular constant by using initial conditions. It is somewhat difficult to find the particular solution of the differential equation. So by using Laplace transform, it is very easy to find the particular solution. So the thing I have drawn here. So these are the process we have done. And another uses, we can integrate the improper integral by using Laplace transform. The Laplace transform, let a function f of t be a continuous and defined for a positive values of t. So here t should be a positive value. T should be greater than or equal to 0. The Laplace transform of f of t associate a function s defined by L of f of t equal to f of s integral over 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. So if you take Laplace transform of f of t, you may get f of s. So here you should know, for all functions we can't find out Laplace transform. That function should have some property, right? So here simply you can write f of s is nothing but L of f of t. F of s equal to L of f of t. So this is the notation for Laplace transform. So condition, state the condition under which the Laplace transform of f of t exists. A function f of t is continuous or a piecewise sectionally continuous in a closed interval a to b and is of exponential order, then its Laplace transform exists. That means a function should be a continuous. A function should be a continuous or piecewise continuous. Piecewise continuous is nothing but a function is defined in a different interval. In a particular interval, the function should have a finite maxima or minima. So that kind of function is called a piecewise function, right? And also it should satisfy exponential order. A function f of t is said to be exponential order if limit t tends to infinity e power minus st f of t it should be 0. Then only you can say the function is of exponential order, right? So if the function satisfy these two conditions, you can say the Laplace transform exists. So these are the example I have given. So here already know the formula L of f of t equal to integral over 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. Now I am going to substitute, instead of t is t power n. So limit t power n equal to 0 to infinity e power minus st t power n dt. So now I'm going to use a substitution method to integrate. Substitution method. to integrate. So for that, I'm going to apply, I'm going to take u equal to st. U equal to st. So if you take u equal to st, you can substitute t equal to u by s. T equal to u by s. After differentiating, you may get dt equal to du by s. In a new limit, now I am going to transform the integration from in terms of t to in terms of u by using this substitution. So for that, I'm going to find out the new limits. If you substitute t equal to 0, you may get u equal to 0. So I think there is no change the limit. If you take the substitution, u equal to st. Go to infinity, e power minus st, t power n, dt equal to integral over 0 to infinity, e power minus u. Instead of t, I'm going to apply u by s whole power n. Instead of t, I'm going to substitute du by s, which is equal to integral over 0 to infinity e power minus u power n divided by s power n plus 1 into du. So I have taken 1 by s power n plus 1 as a constant. You can take it outside from this integration. So 0 to infinity e power minus u power n du. Instead of n, if you apply n plus 1, you may get e power minus x power n plus 1 minus 1. That means you may get only n only. You may get. You can cancel 1 and minus 1. So dx. Now I'm going to apply these things here, which is equal to, I'm going to substitute this term. So 1 by n plus s power n plus 1 into, instead of this term, I'm going to apply this value. You may get gamma n plus 1. So the final answer is integral over 0 to infinity e power minus st. That means L of t power n is equal to gamma n plus 1 divided by s power n plus 1. But you can rewrite this term as depending upon n. So n may be integer or non-integer, right? Suppose if you have n should be an integer, you can apply instead of gamma n plus 1 equal to n factorial. But n is a not integer, you have to use gamma, right? So I'm going to rewrite this term as n factorial divided by s power n plus 1 if n is integer. N is integer. Gamma n plus 1, gamma n plus 1 divided by s power n plus 1 if n is non-integer. L of t power 3. L of t power 1 by 2. L of t power 7. So how to do this problem? The first one is, so here the function is t power 3. So now I am going to apply t power n formula. Gamma n plus 1 divided by s power n plus 1 or n factorial divided by s power n plus 1. So I have written the formula first. Now I am going to substitute L of t power 3. T power 3 is nothing but instead of n, so 3 is a integer. So for that I am going to apply this result. So 3 factorial divided by s power 3 plus 1, which is equal to, so 3 factorial is nothing but 6. So 6 by s power 4. 6 by s power 4. The next one is limit t power 1 by 2. T power 1 by 2. So this is not a integer. This is not a integer. So for that, I am going to apply this result. So gamma 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by s power 1 by 2 plus 1, which is equal to, so already I have given the formula, gamma n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma n. So this result you must know. Another result is gamma 1 by 2 is equal to root pi. Gamma 1 by 2 equal to root pi. You can apply this result, right? Square root of pi. So now I am going to apply this result here. After substituting this result, you may get 1 by 2 into gamma, not a square root, gamma 1 by 2 divided by s power. If you simplify, you may get 3 by 2, s power 3 by 2. So instead of this gamma, you can substitute square root of pi. So square root of pi 2 into s power 3 by 2 is the answer for Laplace transform of t power 1 by 2. Taking Laplace transform, 2 into t power 7 as 2 into L of t power 7. So 2 into, if you apply this formula, you may get 7 factorial divided by s power 8. Instead of f of t, if you apply 1, you may get this result. Directly, we are going to apply the result of this formula. So no need to use this formula for all the case. Let's see the example. Find Laplace transform of f of t. If f of t equal to sin t, if 0 less than x less than t less than pi, 0 otherwise. So here I am going to apply the formula. We know that Laplace transform of f of t equal to integral over 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. But in a particular interval 0 to pi only, the function is given. So 0 to pi e power minus st e power minus st sin t dt. By using the formula, by applying this formula, integral over e power ax sin bx dx equal to e power minus st divided by s square plus 1 s square plus 1 minus s sin t minus cos t 0 to pi. Try to substitute upper and lower limits plus e power minus s pi divided by s square as the Laplace transform of the given function f of t. You know that. So here in this function, the domain is not specified. So directly you can apply the result. So what is the result? The result is L of sin at equal to a by s square plus a square. So try to identify what is a. So a is nothing but 3. So instead of a, it's enough to substitute 3 only. So from that you may get the Laplace transform of sin 3t, right? So therefore Laplace transform of sin 3t equal to sin 3t equal to 3 by s square plus 9. Next question. How to find out Laplace transform of? Before substituting the formula, this formula, I'm going to rewrite sin power 2t as 1 minus cos 2t divided by 2, or 1 by 2 minus cos 1 by 2 into cos 2t. After writing this formula, you can apply the results, Laplace transforms, right? So I'm going to rewrite. So Laplace transform of sine 2 sine power 2t is equal to Laplace transform of 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 cos 2t. I'm going to apply the linear property here. So from that you may get L of 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 into L of cos 2t. Also you can rewrite 1 by 2 into L of 1 minus 1 by 2 into, what is the formula for Laplace L of cos AT? Cos AT is nothing but S by S square plus A square. S by S square plus 2 square, that means 4. So L of 1 is nothing but 1 by S. So 1 by 2 into 1 by S minus 1 by 2 into S by S square plus 4. So Laplace transform of e power minus t, t into e power minus t, and t into e power 2t sine t. So how to find? So here, comparing the previous problems and this problem, in this problem, the product of two function is coming. So here you should not apply Laplace transform separately. Here, if you want to do this problem, you must know first shifting property. First shifting property. So I will tell you in the next slide. So before going to do this problem, we will see some property. So read this property is linearity. Already I have specified, I have given that a property definition. L of A into f of t plus or minus b into g of t means you can take A into L of f of t plus or minus b into L of g of t. So that thing they have proved here. If L of f of t equal to f of s, then L of e power at into f of t. Here we have taken single function, but here we have taken multiplication of two function, right? So instead of, that means from f of t, if you multiply e power at, that Laplace transform, it's coming like this. That means this is the meaning. That means L of f of t, if this product is coming, means you have to take Laplace transform of f of t only. After finding L of f of t, you may get f of s. Already we have assumed. After finding f of s, you have to substitute s tends to s minus a. So this is the meaning. So if you multiply from f of t to e power at, you have to substitute s minus a. Suppose if you multiply e power minus at, you have to substitute s by s plus a. So that thing it is given, right? So it is easy to apply. So this formula is derived here. Now go through the previous problem. First shifting property. I'm going to rewrite limit t e power minus t equal to, so instead of e power minus t, I'm going to put s to s plus 1 because the coefficient of minus t is minus 1. So for that you have to put s by s plus 1. So instead of this term I have written s from s plus 1. So you have to take the Laplace transform in the remaining term. So L of t. Already you know the formula, how to find out L of t. So L of t is nothing but 1 by s square. I think 1 factorial by s square. So I have taken 1 factorial is also equal to 1. After substituting the value of this one, try to change s by s plus 1. Similarly, you can do the same logic in the second problem also. A by, here a is nothing but 1. So 1 by s square plus 1, s tends to s minus 2, which is equal to 1 by s minus 2 whole square plus 1. So this is the answer for L of e power 2t sine t. Right? Next one. Second shifting theorem. Second shifting theorem. If L of f of t equal to f of s, g of t equal to f of t minus a, t from t is greater than a. If t less than a, you have to put 0. So like that, you have form a new function g of t. So that means how to find L of g of t. This is the question. So simply you have to multiply e power minus as to the function f of s. So from that, it is very easy to apply the formula. So I have used the basic definition. I have taken Laplace transform of g of t. So instead of f of t, I have substituted g of t. After that, I have used this interval. So that means I have splitted 0 to infinity by 0 to a and a to infinity. You can rewrite this term as, which is equal to, if you want to find by try to compare the second shifting property and the given problem. So from that you can easily identify a is 3. A is 3. So now I'm going to apply the result directly. So e power g of t is nothing but Laplace transform of f of t into e power minus as. Right? So this is the formula. So which is equal to e power minus 3s L of f of t is nothing but t power 2. So you have to compress the t minus 3 as t. Right? So from that you may get, from this part you can take only t power 2 only. Sometimes the interval is maybe changed, but in this closed bracket it should be changed. So from that problems, how to do? So I will give the another problems like this, right? So L of t power 2 equal to e power minus 3s into 2 factorial divided by s power 3, which is equal to e power minus 3s divided by s power 3. So next problem. If L of f of t equal to f of s, then L of t into f of t equal to minus d by ds f of s. That means in a function f of t, if you multiply t in that function, simply you have to differentiate with respect to s of a Laplace transform of f of t. This is the meaning. That means you can rewrite this term as minus d by ds. That means instead of t, I have taken differentiation. This is the meaning. So minus d by ds into L of f of t. All right. Suppose instead of t square is coming, means you have to differentiate twice of L of f of t. So this is the meaning. So I have proved this result, right, in a different way. So the thing I will tell you now. So I have taken f of s is equal to L of f of t. I have differentiated this equation with respect to s on both sides, right? So d by ds and d by ds. So the differentiation of f of s with respect to s is f dash of s. Here I have applied the formula integral over 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. So here in this formula only e power minus st have in terms of s. So you can shift this d by ds to inside the integration. But this integration which contains two variable s and t. So for that you have to, if you want to move this term to inside this integration, instead of d you have to put dou. So that thing I have written here, dou by dou s of e power minus st. After the differentiation, you may get, if you differentiate e power minus st with respect to s, you may get e power minus st into minus t. So that thing I have written. So after the differentiation, you may get like this. So you can you can simplify minus into integral over 0 to infinity e power minus st t f of t dt. So by using the definition of L of f of t, you can take these things, the Laplace transform of t into f of t, you may get like this. So I have shifted minus to left hand side. Finally, you can rewrite L of t into f of t equal to minus f dash of s. In generally, I have written the next slide. So this is the formula. So L of f of t equal to f of s. Then L of t power n f of t equal to t power n. So n should be a positive integer. Then only you can apply, right? Suppose if n is 1 by 2 or 3 by 2 is coming, means we can't apply, we should not apply this result, right? N should be integer, positive integer. That means you can take like this. N should be a natural number. So t power n f of t equal to minus 1 power n f power n. So this is known as the nth derivative of f of s with respect to s. This is the meaning. So that thing I have written briefly. F dash of t. So this formula, it is very useful for transforming differential equation to algebraic equation. So it's most important. So by using this property, we are going to shift the differential function to a normal function, right? So this is a formula. So I have taken the definition, basic definition for L of f of t, integral over 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. So instead of f of t, I am going to take f dash of t. So so you may get L of e f dash of t equal to integral over 0 to infinity e power minus st f dash of t dt. So this is nothing but, you can rewrite this term as t of f of t, d of f of t. Now you can apply. So this is nothing but, suppose already you have used this formula, u dv equal to uv minus v du. This is integration by parts. So I have taken, this is u, this is dv. If you apply this formula, you make it uv, that means e power minus st into f of t, integral over 0 to infinity, minus integral over 0 to infinity v du. V is nothing but, if you integrate, you may get only f of t. If you differentiate this term, you may get, if you differentiate with respect to t, so that's why you may get minus s as a constant, right? So u equal to e power minus st, dv equal to d into f of t, right? So du is nothing but minus s e power minus st dt. So v is nothing but f of t. So that thing I have substituted here. So after substituting, you have to apply upper and lower limits. So from that you may get minus f of 0 plus s into L of f of t. So you can rewrite the corresponding term. So from that you may get L of f dash of t equal to s into L of f of t minus f of 0. In general, suppose instead of f double dash, if you may get a f power n. So what we do? So here I have written second order derivative, the Laplace transform of second order derivative. So like a previous property, you can derive these things. So this is the formula for nth order differential equation, Laplace transform of nth order differential equation. Laplace, that means Laplace transform of integration of this function like this. It is coming means 0 to t f of u du. That means you have to multiply 1 by s. After that, you have to find Laplace transform of f of t, right? So that proof I have proved here. You can refer this proof, right? Next one. This is divided by t. Divided by, suppose a function which divided by t means how to find Laplace transform of that function. Here, in this function, read the statement. If L of f of t equal to f of s, 10 minutes I will complete. And 1 by t, f of t has a limit as t tends to 0, then Laplace transform of 1 by t f of t equal to integral over s to infinity. Integral over s to infinity f of s ds. So that means if you want to find Laplace transform of f of t by t, before that, that function f of t divided by t should have a limit as t tends to 0. Then only this formula is applicable. Otherwise, we can't use this formula. For example, before doing this proof, I'm going to apply one of most of the case we are going to apply the result only in future for coming portions, syllabuses, that means papers, subjects, right? So don't worry about the proof. Why we prove this result? Only we should know the result is most important. How to apply that result? So this is the meaning. நீங்க உங்களுக்கு ரிசல்ட்டை எப்படி அப்ளை பண்றதுங்கிறத நான் கண்டிப்பா நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ ப்ரூஃப்ங்கிறது இஸ் நாட் அ மேட்டர். Most of the case we are going to apply the result only. So you must know the results. So for example, I'm going to tell you one example by using this theorem, how to prove. Find show that integral over 0 to infinity sin t divided by t dt equal to pi by 2. Show that. So this is the question. So how to prove? We can't apply the normal method. So there is no normal method. This is a improper integral, right? So for that, you should use, we can apply Laplace transform. By using Laplace transform, easily you can find this integration. So before that, I'm going to do this problem. So now I'm going to find sin at by t. Laplace transform sin at by t. After finding the result, with the help of that result, I'm going to prove that integration, right? So here, if you want to apply this result, before that, you must know a limit t tends to 0, t tends to 0, sin at divided by t. Can you find the limit? Whether can we get a finite limit or infinite limit of this expression? Surely you may get finite limit. You can rewrite this term as a into a. You can rewrite this term as a t tends to 0. So from that you may get a into 1, which is equal to a. This is finite. So you can apply this result. That means apply the previous result. The result is nothing but limit. Sorry, limit is nothing but, I'm going to write the property of that corresponding function. If limit f of t equal to f of s, and limit t tends to 0, f of t divided by t is finite, then you can write L of f of t divided by t equal to s to infinity f of s ds. So this is the formula, right? So now I'm going to apply the same formula here. You may get integral over s to infinity. Instead of t, I have used s to infinity. L of sine at ds, which is equal to, already you know the Laplace transform of sine at, a by s square plus a square, s to infinity. If you apply the formula, you may get a by, so what is the formula for 1 by s square plus a square? Turn inverse of s by a. After substituting, you may apply the limits. So I have integrated directly. After integrating, I'm going to substitute the upper and lower limits. If you apply upper limits, the turn inverse of infinity, is nothing but pi by 2, right? Turn pi by 2 equal to infinity. So pi by 2 equal to turn inverse of infinity. So if you substitute s tends to infinity, you may get pi by 2. So a into pi by 2 minus turn inverse of s by a. So this is known as L of sine at divided by t. Now I'm going to apply. So here, so I'm going to rewrite this expression as in the next slide. So this is known as integral over 0 to infinity. I have expanded L of sine at, that's all. Sine at divided by t e power minus st dt equal to a into pi by 2 minus turn inverse of s by a, right? So if you want to get integral over 0 to infinity sine t divided by t, means you have to convert this integration like this, right? So if you want to transform this integral, that means this integral as 0 to infinity sine t by t dt by using some substitution. So now I'm going to take a equal to 1 because the angle this term coming only t only. So for that I'm going to take a equal to 1. But this term is not coming. So for that I'm going to substitute. Here you should not apply t. T is a variable. So no need to substitute t values. Only you can apply s and a only. So I'm going to take s is equal to 0. So from that you may get 0 to infinity. You have to substitute a equal to 1 and s is equal to 0 in the entire expression result. So from that you may get 0 to infinity sine t divided by t dt e power 0, it's going to be 1. So no need to write the terms. So a equal to, already you have taken a equal to 1. If you substitute, you may get pi by 2 turn inverse of 0. So turn inverse of 0 is nothing but 0. So only you may get pi by 2.